It was the worst of times, for the world. It was still a pretty good time, for CEO pay. 10 top media and entertainment CEOs earned a combined $350 million last year, buoyed by hefty stock and option grants during the worst economic disruption since the Great Depression. Members of compensation committees on boards, who set pay, explicitly altered traditional performance benchmarks at some companies in a year when theme parks, advertising and theatrical revenue tanked and production stalled. The numbers they looked at were not profit and loss columns but rather leaned heavily on metrics committees called more qualitative than quantitative, including a pivot to streaming. Everyone got an A for effort. Case in point. Aron, CEO of struggling theater chain AMC Entertainment, saw his package more than double to $9 million last year on a $5 million special incentive bonus. The stock fell 70%, the company bled cash and furloughed all theater staff. The bonus recognized the extraordinary actions taken by the management team during the COVID-19 pandemic to secure the company's survival and preserve stockholder value, the committee said. AMC's compensation program is usually grounded in pay for performance, but since poor company performance last year was unrelated to the performance by our management, it changed benchmarks, at least temporarily. While our response to the COVID-19 pandemic warranted uncommon actions with respect to compensation programs, our underlying philosophy has not been permanently altered or abandoned, the committee said. They never make those statements to the upside. When external events lead to windfalls or high pay, you don't see companies adjusting for that, said Rosanna Landis-Weaver, a corporate governance and compensation expert with As You Sow, a leading shareholder advocacy nonprofit. They generally only ever make adjustments in one direction. Nell Minow, vice chair of ValueEdge Advisors, which guides shareholders on how to use their rights to preserve portfolio value and diminish risk, including risk posed by excessive CEO pay, said, "Everyone agrees that if a company makes a lot of money, the CEO should make a lot of money. But if it was a tough year, they are supposed to feel the consequences. And if they steered the company through, then that will pay off for them later. As in now, when business is improving." Compensation, to be sure, is not only an issue in media. The optics of overall CEO pay last year were so bad that President Biden even referenced in his recent speech before Congress. He slammed lopsided pay ratios, which compare the pay of a chief executive to the average of a typical worker. Pay for 2020 is being widely analyzed and criticized not only because of the broad economic fallout of COVID, but also because CEOs, after the pandemic hit last spring, seem to want to share the pain by foregoing or reducing base salaries.